on the O3 Schools platform. As you see, we have three different users: the teacher, the student, and the parent. We won't cover the admin view today. As a teacher, once you log in, you get a personalized message from what we call as an academic advisor. This is an agent that we are developing that understands the teacher's professional development needs, looks at all her to-do lists, and provides a summary view of the teacher. Here you can see that the teacher is enrolled in teaching 2 classrooms. She can quickly see her subjects that she's teaching and how much she's completed. The different conferences that she's set up, these could be one-on-ones with students or virtual conferences with parents. The next bit is the goals, where teacher can set her individual goal for the classroom. It could be, let's make one video to experiment with flipping my classroom. And as the teacher sets these goals, our academic advisor in the back end pulls the right repository of content and advises the teacher on how to develop that goal. This is a very key element of what we believe in the direction professional development has to move. We have mapped several concepts, several goals from existing open source content, and we want to provide it to the teacher at the right time. The next bit of the product is really the secret sauce. We have taken every single concept from K5 and broken it down into micro modules. This is what a basic brain of the system would look like. As you can see, a very default playlist is what our system offers to the student and as a teacher as a recommendation. Each playlist is made out of lesson objects. These lesson objects can have reading material, videos, discussions, projects they can do offline, or even Socratic discussions. What's interesting is that a teacher can select any single student and get an overview of what they're learning, what our system is going to recommend to them, and what's their likelihood of mastering the next topic. The way this manifests for the student is it generates a very personalized playlist. These playlists are unique for each and every student. The interesting part of this system is that any given playlist can be overwritten by a teacher, simply adding a lesson of her choice. This makes the system constantly learning. We use the teachers in our classroom as agents to help train our adaptive engine. This data is very valuable to us and at the same time allows the teacher the flexibility and the freedom to really personalize and know her students best. The next bit of our module is the part for gathering classroom evidence. We call it kudos and nudges. Through this interface, a teacher has a mobile app just like Instagram, where she can gather evidence of things happening in the classroom that cannot be captured through a digital product. These evidence can be pictures along with badges that she assigns for good behavior or also for nudges. Another way that a teacher can give nudges or kudos is through the chat interface if they are working at home. All they have to do is select the student, click on the message, and pick the right tag that she wants to give it to them. The next element of the teacher's interface is to see each and every student's overview. Through this, you can see the subjects that Carlos is working on. Each subject has his progress, the skills that he needs to master, his individual goals that he has set, and what our system thinks are focus areas for Carlos. This is the same view that a student sees when he logs in and also the parent, keeping a very consistent interface for all three users. The next bit is sort of a summary overview of how the academic advisor, our agent, is helping the teacher. This gives them an overview of how much the progress has been made on the knowledge map, how many recommendations the system has offered to the teacher to get there, how many students are on track, and how many concepts are mastered. This also tells the teacher exactly which milestone every child is working on, what current module, and also allows the teacher to either message the parent, share this report, or set up a conference with the individual child. The last bit of the system is the messaging between the teacher and parent. Through this, the teacher can actually message the parents, share reports with them, set up conferences. So it provides a one single place for the teacher to do all her activities. Now let's take a quick look at the student interface. As I mentioned earlier, the student interface is very similar to how a teacher observes a student. It gives him or her their progress in different subjects. As you can see, we have integrated health and wellness and social and emotional learning into our curriculum. This is a single dashboard of an operating system for a student. We envision food, health, social emotional learning, and academic data all coming into one single place through which he or she can see how they are moving or progressing. The next element of our pedagogy is setting goals. Through this, the student can actually set his or her goals, also see quickly the kudos they have received. This is how you set a goal. You can watch a quick video on what goal setting really means, set your own big goal, and then baby steps to get there. And as and when you progress towards the goal, all you have to do is select your achievements. This is the interface through which students can actually see their individual playlists. The next piece is the kudos and nudges. As mentioned, the teacher has an Instagram type of interface through which she can snap a picture of a classroom or an activity and then assign one of the kudos or nudges that exist in our system and assign it to that evidence. This stream goes to the student. It also goes to the parent. The last bit of our system is the integration with smart devices. We believe that a lot of micro schools don't have access to the same infrastructure as large school districts. So a lot of activities for students would happen at home or in playgrounds. And we want to gather that evidence so that we can make sure that a student is not just mentally healthy, but also physically healthy and active. Through this, we can tie this to a PE curriculum so that any activity recommended by the PE curriculum can be tracked and monitored for the student. The last part of the system is the parent interface. Through this interface, we can assign a school handbook. The parent can see their individual child and their progress. They can receive messages from the parent and teacher. And the third part is see the school schedule.